Before nimalize niko na ka gift kadogo ka daddy.
Daddy unaniweka nyege.
Ila kwako sitoki. Nishapata wakufa.
Nilikuja hapa nikampata akiwa na stress sana.
Kawira has proved that she is willing to defy all odds to be with Pastor Kanyari, a man whose reputation is a mixtape of scandals, every track worse than the last. Since the days of Mbiguya 310, Pastor Kanyari's scandals are like a never-ending soap opera, each episode wilder than the last. This is a man whose wife fainted after seeing her husband touching women's breasts in church in the name of a miracle 10 years ago. A man who was last year gifted a pack of condoms in church by a lady congregant and cheerfully accepted. A man who not long ago was alleged to have drugged a lady and probably had intercourse with her without her consent. Yes, out of all men, this is the man 22-year-old Ann Kawira Joseph wants to be with.
Nilikula kidogo alafu nikakama haraka. Yaani nikamwaga haraka. Kumwaga haraka aligeuka akaniambia hii ni choo, shuka urudi kwenu.
Even after Kanyari confessed his wife left him for being as underwhelming in bed as a cold cup of tea, she was not deterred, choosing to stick around like a mosquito that just won't take the hint.
Jana ukuja birthday Chris. Babes. Calm down baby girl. Babes, mimi nilienda nikapaka makeup. Kumaliza kupaka makeup, nikaenda kwa daddy church. Kwenda kwa daddy, nikaona nilikuwa nimemiss kukania na yeye. So, mapenzi kasambaratisha moyo. Nikasema hata tu nikae kanisa tena.
This leaves us with one burning question. What exactly makes Kawira so determined to be with Pastor Kanyari, even after his own children publicly rejected her? In case you missed the tea, when rumors were at their peak about Kawira and Kanyari's alleged romantic fling, his kids were the first on the battlefield, waving red flags like traffic marshals. They didn't just disapprove, they called her weird.
Kawira is a good girl.
Kawira is weird.
Now, when your own potential stepkids are out here leading the resistance, shouldn't that be a sign to pack up and go? But nope. Kawira seems unshaken, unbothered, and fully invested. So what's the glue holding her to Kanyari? Is it love? Is it divine intervention? To truly understand why Kawira seems determined to stick by Pastor Kanyari's side, we have to take a step back and look at where she's coming from. Her story isn't just about romance. It's a journey filled with struggles, survival, and dreams that haven't quite come true. Kawira was born and raised in Meru, but life wasn't easy for her. Financial struggles were a constant battle, but this wasn't even the worst of it. She endured mistreatment from her stepfather and even witnessed her mother being jailed for 2 years. Despite these hardships, she remained determined to push forward. After finishing class 8, Kawira had to grow up fast. She took on the tough job of being a house help while still trying to continue her high school education. Balancing work and school is no small task, but she managed to keep going. Her resilience eventually paid off when she got a scholarship that allowed her to attend a boarding high school, giving her a chance to focus on her studies without the extra burden of working. When she completed high school, Kawira faced another tough reality. There was no money for further education. Knowing that staying at home wouldn't change anything, she decided to take a risk and try her luck in the Gulf. She searched online and managed to secure a job in Lebanon. But life in Lebanon was far from glamorous. She had to sleep on the balcony and survive on leftovers. In case you're doubting me, she said this herself. Still, she had one motivation. She was earning money that she could send back home to support her mother and siblings. She trusted her mother to save the money she was making for her, hoping to use it for her future plans. Unfortunately, when she finally returned home, she got a rude shock. The money she had saved was gone. Her mother had spent it all. Just like that, she was back to square one.
Pesa yenye nimekuwa nikimtumia anaweza kuwa ndo alikuwa anatumia kufanya hizo vitu zake.
Frustrated and feeling like she had no future in Meru, Kawira packed her bags and moved to Nairobi. She stayed with a cousin for a while, but after a misunderstanding, she was kicked out at night. Suddenly, she found herself stranded in the city with nowhere to go.
Sasa inaenda ni nini?
Naenda kabisa. Nashinda hapo kama unataka kutrend, enda utrendie huko.
It was at this point that she turned to TikTok, sharing her struggles with her followers and friends. Her story touched some, and her fans and friends were quick to show her support, in terms of fans and also just moral support. Through their support, she was finally able to get back on her feet and even managed to start an online clothing business. While this business allows her to pay for food and rent, it isn't exactly the future she had envisioned. Her dream was to study the German language and go to Germany and try to build a better life for herself, but the loss of her savings after leaving the Gulf put that dream on hold. Still, she hasn't given up. Now this is where things get interesting. Pastor Victor Kanyari is no ordinary man. He is a controversial figure known for his Pandambig scheme, which made him both famous and infamous. Despite the scandals, one thing is clear: Kanyari is a wealthy man. Reports estimate his net worth at around 1.1 billion Kenyan money. He owns a 50 million worth mansion and drives top of the luxury cars. So, could this be why Kawira is with him? Given her financial struggles, could she see Kanyari as her way out of hardship?
Kawira, take another sausage. Eat another sausage, please. Shika sausage ukule.
Before her romantic entanglement with Pastor Kanyari, Kawira was known to be in a relationship with popular TikToker Prince Mwiti. But if there's one thing we've learned about Kawira, it's that love doesn't come without a fair share of drama. Her relationship with Mwiti ended in a spectacular mess after he accused her of trying to pin a pregnancy on him, one that, according to him, wasn't even his.
Nimekuambia toa hiyo mimba ama upea ukale.
Now, if what Mwiti says is true, then Kawira might just be a master of deception. And let's be honest, the evidence isn't exactly in her favor. Just a month ago, she sat down for an interview on Tuko, where she denied her relationship with Kanyari Kipetero Kiesu style, with the kind of straight face only a seasoned storyteller can pull off.
Question, eh?
Okay.
You are not romantically involved with Prophet Kanyari?
No, hata nani respect sana. Yeah.
How about you?
I respect him, like he's like my dad to me.
Now, let's pause for a moment. Does this sound believable? Because last we checked, fathers don't spank their daughters during Valentine's season, and God only knows how many times he's done it off camera. But Kawira didn't just deny Kanyari on an interview, she did it with conviction. The problem, her own TikTok presence tells a completely different story. On multiple occasions, she has openly confessed her love for him. So, which is it, Kawira? Is he your dad or your darling? And if that wasn't enough, she has also taken it upon herself to fight off other women who dare step into Kanyari's orbit. One of her biggest battles, none other than Rish Kamunge, who we might as well refer to as Kanyari's ex.
Rish Kamunge, Kanyari wewe Rish Kamunge buto umama hapa wewe mzee. Wewe Rish, to umama hapa. Daddy deserve tudogo. Umezeeka wewe.
If there's one thing Kawira has decided to do, it's shower Pastor Kanyari with love and attention. She sings for him, she spoils him sometimes with gifts, and let's not forget she went all out on Valentine's Day, even gifting him a portrait of himself. That's dedication. And when Kanyari's kids openly rejected her, did Kawira back down? Absolutely not. Instead, she took the high road, or at least the TikTok road, saying she still loves them, calling them her kids, and dismissing their rejection with, they are just kids after all.
Weka hapo ukisema Kawira amekataliwa. Those are babies. Hao ni watoto wadogo. Babies can say anything.
Now, that's resilience, or is it a woman with a plan? The real question remains, what is Kawira's endgame? Is she genuinely in love with the controversial pastor, or is this a well-calculated move? One thing's for sure, this love story is just getting started. And knowing Kawira, there are still plenty of twists and turns ahead. And of course, we will be here to keep you updated. So stay tuned and subscribe to BNN for more stories.